Alright, looks like it's set up and running. That's good, I guess. Not feeling at the top of my game, despite having just defeated essentially the last relevant boss in Bloodborne. Let's see. Wait, where am I? Oh, I guess this is my little elder hut. Okay, food is ready to roll. This is probably going to be a massive overkill for this, but I'm okay with that. Should be fine. Oh, stuck in the chair. These. What is this? Well, let's not do it at night, shall we? Let's not and say we did. It. Need to fix it. Oh, no. Sleep. So yeah, I lost my buzz from killing Yarnum. Because I tried to... God, what was I even doing? Oh yeah, I needed to change the email on my PlayStation account because apparently it was still set to the one that Microsoft nuked from orbit when they took Hotmail over and turned it into Outlook. I've been fucking with that ever fucking since. It's been years. Finding everything that was attached to my original email that I couldn't figure out because I couldn't access the damn thing anymore. I could see an archive of everything I'd received up until April of whatever year the nuke did. So that's, you know, great. Yet another one victim claimed by that. Good thing this isn't the plains. That'd be really... Probably need to, like, throw the seed in the fire, I'm assuming. Yeah. So let's, just in case. Because, you know, early access game. Divide it out one at a time. That's better. So if this goes about as well as I expected it to, I just tap 7 and then it'll go. So finish story time first. So yeah, I went to change my email and I tried to do it on the computer because, you know, why not? I'd already shut off the PlayStation at that point. And wanted first 2-step verification. Like, okay, whatever, yeah, send it. So I'm sitting there and I'm sitting there and I'm just looking at my phone. I'm sitting there and I'm just looking at my phone. And I'm sitting there and I realize, wait. How long... If this is still using the old email, it's probably still using my previous phone, too, which is great, because that phone is gone, and I don't have that number anymore, because the plan that phone was attached to also got nuked from orbit for other reasons that are not worth a second story time. So now, I then didn't realize that the only way you can even access, online multiplayer and friend messaging and everything else like that is if you have the PlayStation Network signed in. So I didn't realize that the PlayStation Network was already signed in on my console. If I had realized that, the instructions that the computer gave me, oh, just go in and turn off 2-step verification on a device that's still signed in. Well, I could have done that, but I thought I needed to sign in. So I went in and changed the email using that. Guess what happens when you change your email on your PlayStation Network account? It signs you out. Guess what happens when you try to get back in? It wants 2-step verification. So now I'm fucked until I can get up at a time normal for people who don't work night shift so I can do customer support. And that's going to be fun, I'm sure, because customer support is always a great time. Right, great. Glad we had that trouble. I'm going to kill another boss because I need the high point. Probably should have waited and sat in the house so I could get the... Oh, this fire counts? Cool. I mean, I'm still losing my rested buff while I'm doing this, but at least it'll improve my HP recovery ticks. How much HP do these give me? 3 is higher than most things that aren't honey. And I think soup and soup or serpent meat gave either 4 or 5. Hard to tell when I don't have a spare copy on me off the top of my head. Yeah, I don't imagine this is ever, like, could possibly go wrong. In any way, shape, or form. Like, yeah, maybe he'll have a unique attack or 2, and I'll need to figure that out, but let it begin. If I remember right, they don't generally spawn, like, right on top of the altar. They show up somewhere outside. Yeah. Burn, bitch. Do a decent chunk. Oh, but still, that attack just keeps going for a while. strafing left, so I'm sure that will stop. Got headshot damage? Come on, aim it, right? Oh boy. Missed that block. That ended up behind me. So sheer quantity at this point would end up getting me. Almost. Right. Oh, forgot that block. Oh, the roots were pretty weak. I wonder. What damage? Do you have any damage? Regular block there instead of the ranged attack is huge, ultimately significantly less damage than you or your roots. Next time you summon roots, that'll be. Okay, so sword does have a bit of a recovery time. Yeah, so if I attack at anywhere near the same time as he is, I'm going to be able to block it. Parry. Yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Honestly, it probably would have been more problematic if I summoned Grey Dwarves instead of one of each. I can have one of each, and they each have their own individual cooldown. World, I'm sure. What up?
I got those cabinets switched over. Can you come and put the new one where it belongs and pull that old one out?
Yep, you're gonna have to wait a little bit. Let's see. Oh, there's the swamp key, so I already immediately know where I need to go. Yes, in a bit. Let's see. Alright, so I actually already know where this goes. I assume that there's going to be multiple of them around the world, but I found one in here already. I think I should have left a way marker on it. Oh, okay. Yep, that's the one. How about we do that again? Did it take all three? I even went to the trouble of dividing him up, and it still took all three of them? What the fuck is that dumb shit? Absolute garbage. I hope I dumped some in the box. That's poor design there. I was even trying to mitigate the potential for that, and it still didn't fucking work. God damn it. Box. I've been storing them over here, haven't I? No. I can transfer them here now, though, because I doubt I'm going to have any other use for those than just summoning the boss. Certainly turned that way for the fucking deer trophy, that's for damn sure. So, I don't know if defeating him did anything besides giving me the key. I'll just take all of these, and then right next to Eikthyr. Bosom buddy Forsakens and stick together. Miscellaneous stones from some Grey Dwarfs. Always Grey Dwarfs. So, at the very least, I'm suspecting that killing the Elder signifies a certain amount of capability on the player's part, so the nighttime spawns will probably step up. After I killed Eikthyr, Grey Dwarfs started wandering out of the Black Forest, just spawning all around at night. I think there's one floor up. Elder. Okay, so, obviously, it's apparently really important to just not take more than one of these with you, because it devours every goddamn one of them. That's stupid as shit. I even went to the trouble of making sure that I split the goddamn stack. And she's like, no, we're gonna suck every last one of these out of your inventory. Sacrifice all of the Grey Dwarf children. Anyway. Oh, you have to have it. Well, alright then. Did I know that at some point? Did I already try that out and then I had to run back and get more? Maybe. I don't feel like that's something I ever figured out, unless the, like, altar told you. In which case, I probably figured that out. But if the altar didn't tell me, then I was just happening to carry 3 of them because I killed Eikthyr 3 times in a row. Wanted to see if I could repeat that. So we'll bring 5. Alright, so maybe it's not dumb. Maybe I'm dumb. That's generally how it goes. Always presume user error. Not so much because it's always user error, but rather you will save yourself a lot of trouble by... Goddamn. That's 1 star. I want that meat. I don't even give a fuck about the hides anymore. I certainly don't want your trophy, but I want that meat. Yeah, fuck your trophy. 2 star. Give me. Cut you up. Give me that meat. Goddamn trophy. Alright, let's do it again. I probably could have tried picking up the Elder's Forsaken Power. It's fine. Positioning myself so that I can actually block is okay, so yeah, as long as he doesn't step behind you, it's not that hard to actually block him. Assuming I can block him. It's a pretty big area of effect on that. Okay, now take that health potion with roots. Lots of roots. And I can't even hit them. There's a terrain elevation. Oh, he's got a bit of an aerobity effect on that. I actually could have stood to a block. Quite good for training experience. Basically, knock his ass out. Key. Okay, so it did drop more than one key. The keys do not stack. I could kill him again for another key. Because I presume, depending on how whatever is beyond the swamp key door works, like, I assume that they'll spawn in multiple locations, like the crypts that you used to theoretically discover the location of the elder that I just killed, and whose name I promptly forgot. So since you can, like, I presume, like, since you can find more than one of those in the world, because obviously there's more than one swamp, I don't think, like, there's more than one location where you can spawn the elder too, because I found this one here, and then when I found another crypt, it labeled... yeah, a second place where I could summon the elder up here. I doubt there's any difference between them. It's just the modular nature of the world's generation has some fail-safes built into it to make sure that... yeah, I'll just have that as a resin box just in case. And do I need to leave anything else here? I don't think so. Like, this is just a forward camp. I honestly could stand to bring the fine wood back with me. Stones and wood and core wood are probably fine. Sausage. Alright, so I'll take this home, park it on the Forsaken altars, because I forgot to do that. Let's see. Put most of the potions away. I didn't end up needing any of them. He didn't use poison, he didn't use frost, he didn't use anything. Threw a bunch of wood at him. And I'm okay with that. Food boxes. Thistle. Berries. Fix my shit. One damage type that I didn't get to really try on him was piercing. But I doubt that they're going to actually give any bosses weaknesses. Not this box. This box. I'm actually completely out of fine wood, so that was a good call to bring that home. Alright, so back to regular arrows in case there's any deer outside for meat. Okay, you guys are all just hanging out where I can't see. Alright, good. I'm like, where did all my goddamn pigs go? He's like, no. Bullshit. A little worried about that wood sitting in the middle. But maybe they broke the branch that I would normally pick up because it was blocking their pathing or something. I don't know. Faster woodcutting. I mean, yeah. So I presume that in the crypt I'll actually find the boss. That would be interesting. That... Okay, so wherever boss this is must actually be in the game then. I thought that there was only like 2, maybe 3. But that dragon egg that I looted from the mountain, obviously well beyond my time, because that's like a full 2 bosses ahead, I guess. Interesting. Some kind of lich. I was expecting Huygen to show up again and offer me some tips. Huygen, not Huygen. Okay, Huygen. Nice shot. More trophies from deer, please. I'm so sick of clearing out deer trophies. I wouldn't mind them dropping so like all like, just monotonously. If I could like at least hang them on a wall or something, if there was a trophy found. But instead they're just like, if you're not summoning the boss with them, there ain't no point to having them. Like I was really hoping for you can spawn to like give me the big pointer on like where my next goal for. Let's see. Where am I gonna keep this damn set of keys? Because they don't stack, so I don't want to put them in that box. Trophy box? Trophy box. Stuff for random ass loot. So, do I have any new recipes? Solely on the verge of whatever I picked up. Doesn't look like it. Discovering iron was honestly probably meant to happen now, after I killed the Elder, just because it's directing me to go to the swamp. So let's run on up to the swamp biome. Actually, it wouldn't be a terrible idea for me to... go crafting, then furnace, the smelter, yes. That's going to take 20 stone and 5 cores, so I'm not so worried about the cores because I'll actually be able to pick those up when I get there. Stone's not a big deal, but I will take some with me just in case. I don't have to take the trouble of harvesting it myself. Save my pickaxe work for important things like actual ores. Because I've opted to stop carrying around the antler pickaxe. Like if I need to do some terrain work, I will pull it out then. But I'm so desperately in need of slots for loot these days. There we go, that'll work. So I can kill a couple of the fire boys, and then... Oh, I'm running out of food finally, so... pack up some turnip stew, because it's nice and balanced. I suppose we're going to be running on stamina more than health for a little bit. I might regret that decision later, but making serpent stew is actually quite an involved process sometimes, just for the amount of time it takes for the meat to cook. So a big honking hank of serpent. It takes some time for the heat to sink through all of it. Still, just leftovers of these are better than actually eating fresh food at this point. Swamp connection over here. I have a mountain one ready to go for whenever I set back up in mountain time. Portal Haldor, Portal Mistland, Portal A, Portal B. Alright, so I can drop portals whenever I need. I've got the A and the B flexible portals ready to go. Favor being in here at night. Like, yeah, I tried to come in here at night to farm oozes once before, which reminds me, poison. I should bring another one, honestly. Since I'm running on low-tier food, I will bring some honey with me in case I want some non-potion healing. I don't really need the stamina potion, I wouldn't think, but... Excuse you? There's what? We gotta be here for long, that's for sure. Are you fucking with me? Oh, okay, you're fine. I thought that was a leech poking its head out of the water for a second. I was about to be a little upset. Like, motherfucker, the leeches have broken loose. They're gonna be in the water every goddamn place. Are you kidding me? That's a little much now. I mean, the leeches aren't horrendously dangerous. You beach them, and I think that they can't even do anything anymore. Question mark? I haven't had a lot of interaction with leeches. I just raise the terrain in as much of the swamp as possible so that I could walk around. And that also helped me to more or less make it so the leeches couldn't get at me anymore because there was no water for them to swim in. I really should take the time to wring out a fuckload of stones and widen this up so it's not so easy to fall off of it. Said that, get out the mace. I want to come over here and at least poke my head in. Blood bags are fantastic. I believe I still use those. Yeah, a single sneak shot just about absolutely annihilates them. I want those juicy entrails because I make shitloads of sausage out of it. These will be my circling cores. If I do get shitloads of iron, or at least unlock iron access, or make iron spawn into the world or something, I will be able to... Why can't I... What is with the offsets here? Yeah, it's like I'm following way off to the left. Yeah, what is going on here? Like, fall off is one thing, but I seem to be severely curving to the left, and now to the right. Why can't I hit this guy? Why is this bow suddenly so inaccurate? What the hell? I don't like that. And all of a sudden it's flying off to the right and the left where I'm aiming. Up and down is one thing, but accounting for fall off over distance, no big deal. I don't like that left and right variable though. Has there been a patch in the game since I... No, okay, I have a circling core with me. I was about to say, it's like my slots are already filled. And that's not cool. Glad he died already. So even a 1-star Draugr is already a problem. And health back running. Could have stand to have eaten honey instead. It would help improve the healing for a little bit. 2, 2, 3. Got better regeneration. Which of these damn markers am I going to? I use the same one for anything that I feel is remotely dangerous or significantly unique. Now they're starting to overlap in meaning and inventory. Slim. It's dangerous to be hitting stuff when you're trying to kill those. I like to get out of this without having to chug the potion. I wouldn't mind that just in case ooze bombs do become important later. Leeches I don't care about. There it is. Some guards on it. I hope that's not 2-star. Shot. Nice. just barely got that on accident because I was just holding down right click after switching weapons. So the time it took him to finish pulling out the sword happened to line that up nicely for me. Oh, it doesn't get consumed. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. Sunken crypts, you say? Now I have no room for goddamn loot. Maybe I should just chug the... Yeah, I'll chug it just in case. Might save my life. Alright, so... Muddy scrap pile. Scrap iron. Okay, so this is how I'm going to be getting my iron then. For a while. Not every piece of mine gives me every piece does open up a path a little bit better. I've got this wall down, I have to switch to fighting that. Good. Nice heavy hit like that will knock them out of the fight for me. I've got plenty of weight thanks to the belt. Yeah, fuck the surfing. Yeah, please. I'd like to pick those up too. There's no reason for me carrying around the second key, but I'm loath to lose it. Stand there. Okay, eyes fogged. I'm gonna take advantage of it. Oh, is there headshots, or is that just because I have the shots on him back to back to those guys? With a bone, you say? So this is handy. Put the coral in here for myself. Should take that one. Stockpile stuff in here, honestly. Now I've got room for it. Curious about that withered bone. A withered bone. Giant bone, not like a wood. That is both enticing and worrying. I am curious about when I will discover the creature that bone comes from. Trophy I dropped. I'll go and pick that up and stick it in the chest, because why not? Who knows what I'll need for my next boss at this point. Could even be that surfing trophy. Do the piles themselves just kind of sparkle? Yeah, the piles themselves just kind of sparkle a bit. I'm obviously not going to be building in here. Oh, I did notice that some of them had skulls on them. I guess that means that the scrap, you drop both scrap iron and the bones. Look forward to seeing what those can make. But I normally save every damn thing. I never use anything, so maybe I'm going to have to try and get out of that. And I can still do this herp using bronze to be able to break through it, because it does involve getting scrap iron, but that could go either way, honestly. Bring those with me. bone mass. Don't know that I necessarily like that. Just gonna stockpile everything in here. Why did I get leather? Did that come out of the coins because those stack really high? They weigh almost nothing. 40. Sausage I want to keep rolling, but the next one of these foods, particularly the carrots, I'll just let it bleed off, and then I'll replace it with honey if I need to heal in a pinch. I really need to start leaving more shit at home. Oh, I picked up the head. My attempts to stash in the boxes is getting a little out of hand. Drop that. I'm also not entirely sure that... No, every clip that I've ever cleared out has stayed cleared out, so I don't have to worry about that much. That's actually a really high stack. You don't get much bark from the actual trees themselves. I don't have to worry about these chests, like, their contents unloading or anything like that. Move it back so that it's at least all condensed close to the door. All there. No wall over here. Let's see nothing though. Looks like we do have a room through there. So that bone mass is off to the west. I should be so lucky it would show up in one of the continents that I explored on my sea voyage to the edge of the world. Good bounce back too. I need an absolute shitload of it. I'm like, why aren't you getting over here? Did they drop leather? Let's drop leather, because I keep getting leather out of them. Either that or it's coming out of the muddy scrap heaps. I'm presuming that since an ooze is spawned around one of these crypts, that the lore here is these many scrap piles are dead oozes. So what we're doing is they oozes have broken down the iron equipment of the things that they killed, possibly whatever race they brought over that I've forgotten before they were turned into Frogger. This place is some ancient crypt where oozes were eating their bodies that they had buried here, and the oozes died and opened the doorways. I'd love to be harvesting those yellow mushrooms because they regrow. And actually, now that I've said that, since I have the space, and this is a dead end, I have the room. Depending on whether the Frogger are placed or can spawn in here, all of this unburying that I'm doing with the scrap heaps could end up biting me in the ass. I plan to use this as a farm tool, because this is for the closest to my base. Let's see what we bring home with me. Definitely want that just for quantity. about to say, so what's the rumbling? It's just the terrain. So far, these green lamps haven't set me on fire, and I hope it stays that way. Two pathways might connect over there. There's immediately a loot room over here. Glad I stopped to look. That other bone. Application already. Okay, so the same one inside the same crypt points to the same location. Yeah, just a second, because there is. That's not. Now I'll be able to take and. Ooh, poison arrows, you said. I wonder why that recipe hasn't been added for yet. Can I only loot those? That's pretty powerful too. That's a base 26 and 52 poison, whereas fire arrows have a pretty low base. A bitter sting from afar. I do like the way they word things in this. Okay, we'll stash the mushrooms, we'll take the valuables. Let's go. That couldn't have been timed even better. I don't get arrested. Do this one. You know, an added bonus that I didn't really deliberately intend when I built my land bridge is that I built it more or less corresponding to that terrain-based projection on the map. It's not quite big enough for me to want to call it a peninsula. It's not where the bridge actually is, but it's close enough that it makes for a landmark that I can then find. It's like, oh wait, it's over there. And after enough times of accidentally going to the actual place on the map that it is a terrain bridge, I'll just automatically associate it with, nope, gotta go a little bit further south. Not an archer. Archers are... Okay. I was about to say, is are archers by default 1-star archer, Draugr? Because that's gonna be a pain. Quite literally, possibly. It's like I had a panic attack for a second there. It's like, are those mistland trees? I can't tell because I don't have any swamp trees for comparison. Well, I'm standing in the swamp. Some more poison resists because blobs can spawn downstairs. Just in case, I'll leave the key here in case more than one crypt can spawn in the same swamp. Do it? Didn't end up getting as many serpent as I was quite expecting, but I don't know why. Hoping I would be able to get enough to put down a furnace, since I didn't, just stuff that in there, because I think that's all you needed was stone in the circuit card. Pretty sure. Yeah, certainly cores in store. Take the scrap iron through the portal, otherwise it would. boat down. Fortunately, I discovered this place with my boat, so it won't be that hard to roll it on down. My priority, though, should be investing in my first environment, the longship. Should have more or less the entire stockpile. Yeah, plenty of bark. Even if I didn't, the dungeon basically just gave me. I've got 10 nails already. I assume that means 10 iron, that's 10 nails, which means I only need 9 iron, which means I've got more than enough iron already. So after a single car run, I should have enough to make. Yeah, one per one. One per thing. A bunch of new materials. So it's interesting. Anyway, before I end up selling them to Haldor, store my valuables here. What to do with these bones? Doesn't seem to be. Put it in there. That's where I put my mostly valuable but consumable resources.
This could be a staple of my life. Wonder.
That shit can save me. I didn't have enough fine wood for a longboat. Is it called a longboat? Because yeah, the little boat that I'm currently using is carved. So I've got God knows how much deer hide. The fine wood I'll need to harvest good, I've got bark. So once I bring a single carving journey of scrap iron back home, it's held down. Actually, since I'm consuming it to make the boat, once it's processed in nails, I don't think it blocks portals anymore, does it? No, it doesn't. Yeah, so I could take the materials over, make a furnace there. I don't know if furnaces have to be... But they spit out smoke, so you have to make chimneys for them. But I don't think they need to be sheltered from the rain. Anyway, that's all something for next time. I've gotten new avenues of access to explore, and apparently I've already got the next boss lined up. That's nice. That'll do for this time.